Configuration complete.
Thank you! To change any of these settings while playing Sam & Max Season 2, just click the gear icon at the top left corner of your screen. Enjoy!
Greetings, ladies and gents.
And hyper-advanced squid creatures from beyond time and space.
So glad you could join us. You picked a good time. We happen to be at the climax of a particularly troublesome case.
That rat, Jimmy Two-Teeth, stole our phone and won't give it back till we bribe him with Swiss cheese.
That was uncharacteristically lucid of you, Max. Fortunately for us, Max just went cheese shopping this morning.
Unfortunately for us, I have the memory of a jar of wallpaper paste, and I've completely forgotten where I put said cheese.
So our first task is simple, folks. Find that cheese. When I finish yammering, an arrow-shaped cursor is going to appear. You can move it over things in our office to see what's what. Click with the left mouse button on objects that seem interesting, and I'll offer helpful commentary or do something else useful.
I'll wander around aimlessly as usual.
Let's get started. Click around the office to find a convenient hiding place for cheese. Where's the rest of the news collection, Max?
It's a surprise!
No cheese there, but keep looking. Hello, Mr. Spatula. How's the weather in there? We'd really better not leave until we've taken care of this Swiss cheese ransom the phone deal. No dice. Don't forget, we're looking for a hiding place for cheese. One of these days, we're gonna finish that game.
I'm still working on getting the rest of the darts from the police impound.
Nobody ever leaves us messages anymore. No dice. Remember our trip to the moon, Max?
Like cottage cheese through a strainer, Sam.
You continue to baffle me, little pal. Max usually buys a few hundred pounds of cheese at a time. Try looking in big places. Remember our motorcycle trip through the Midwest?
Just you, me, and the authorities from 7 states. But those were quieter times.
I think Hubert could use some water, Max.
I'm training him to fetch it himself.
Nothing special. Last month's donuts.
Don't throw that out! I'm saving it for a science experiment.
You bet, little buddy. Max usually buys a few hundred pounds of cheese at a time. Try looking in big places. "2002 was a great year for calendars.
I'm glad we stocked up. We've been going through them at a rate of 1 a year since then.
What do you mean? The reception's perfect right now.
Separate your bliss.
There sure are a lot of commercials on this channel. Max usually buys a few hundred pounds of cheese at a time. Try looking in big places. I bought that VCR at the supermarket.
So you know it's a good one.
Still smells like asparagus, though. Are those new teeth marks on your desk, Max?
I consider them an intimate expression of angst and frustration. Do you like them?
You're a regular Deschamps, little buddy. Someone once told me that the contents of a lava lamp make an excellent hand cream.
That was me!
Which is why I haven't tried it. Max usually buys a few hundred pounds of cheese at a time. Try looking in big places. "20 years worth of electric bills take up a surprising amount of space." Ah, yes, I remember that case. Particularly gruesome. When I got this thing, I thought it would be useful.
Where else would we put the pieces of paper we're never going to look at again?
Max usually buys a few hundred pounds of cheese at a time. Try looking in big places. Yoo-hoo, tiny hoodlums.
Leave the cheese by the hole.
We should have Jesse James's hand appraised one of these days.
I bet it's especially valuable because it's autographed.
Aha!
Oh, there it is. Great! Let's pay the ransom and get our phone back. I've got some excellent ideas for crank calls I'm itching to make.
Not so fast, compadre. Jimmy was very clear that it has to be Swiss cheese.
So, we go to Switzerland?
No, Max, we use our heads. Maybe something in our inventory can help us.
You mean that box where we keep all our miscellaneous junk?
That's the one. When I stop talking again, you'll see a cardboard box floating in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. That's the inventory, where we keep things that, for whatever reason, we think we should carry around with us. Unfortunately, this is not Swiss cheese.
So what?
So, the rap was very specific about wanting Swiss cheese in particular. Well, looky there. It's my second best friend.
I thought I was your second best friend.
I'm about to get my gun out now, and the cursor is going to change to look like crosshairs. When you click on objects, I'll try to shoot them. To put the gun back in the box, you can either click where there isn't a highlighted object, or just click the right mouse button, or both. Take that, you law-breaking dairy products. Clever. Now we have a pile of fake Swiss cheese.
I don't know about you, but I'm completely fooled.
Max and I spend most of our time doing goofy stuff like this. And if you want to succeed in the world of the freelance police, you'll probably have to think like we do.
For which we apologize in advance.
Now, you can pick up a hunk of cheese just by clicking on it. It will go into our inventory box with everything else I'm carrying. Also, this is probably a good time to save your progress in the game.
In case there's a massive statewide power outage.
Right, or if you just want to take a break and come back later. Here's how it works. You may have noticed a little gear in the top left corner of the screen. Don't look now, but it'll be back when I'm through talking. Clicking the gear gives you access to various game controls, including a save load screen, ingeniously labeled Save Load. The Save Load screen has some neatly labeled green tags that let you save your game. And you can click the little gear again when you're done. Ready? Use the gear to save your game, then grab some of that cheese. Voila, Swiss cheese. Or close enough to fool the casual observer anyway.
Don't say voila.
Now that we've got the cheese we need, it's time to give it to that rat, Jimmy Two-Teeth.
Have we mentioned that Jimmy is a rat in the literal four-legged tail-dragging sense? It's not just a metaphor.
Good point, little buddy. Anyway, to retrieve the cheese we just put in our inventory, just click the cardboard box like you did before, and then click the cheese that spills out. The pointer will turn into a picture of the cheese which you can move around with the mouse. Click anywhere to try and use it with other things in the office. Let's put it somewhere the rats can find it easily.
Greetings! The members of the Benevolent Brotherhood of Vermin would like to thank you for your offering.
The members of Sam & Max would like their phone back now.
If you don't mind.
I regret to inform you that the situation has changed and I am unable to comply with your request. A list of additional demands for the return of the phone is as follows.
Whoa, time out. Looks like we're heading into a dialogue, little buddy.
Great! I love dialogue!
Usually, you can left-click on any character to engage in some semblance of witty repartee. In this case, we don't need to click Jimmy. The conversation will start automatically. In a minute, you're going to see a list of choices on the screen. They're things you can pick for me to say. There will also be icons of Max and me to the left of the list of choices. Click those to switch between the two of us. Max's lines are different from mine.
Better!
We'll see. Now let's try to talk Jimmy into giving us back our phone.
I ain't talking, coppers. Jimmy Two-Teeth ain't no rat. Well, I ain't talking.